Hey, good morning, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. Still a little live here today from Times Square. It's one second, guys. One second. I'm gonna. Anyways, we are down here in Times Square right now. Jared is coming to meet with us here. There's Jared. So I just wanted to just do a quick check-in and stuff like this. We're getting ready to have breakfast, and we got a big day ahead of us. We'll be downstairs. Let's say, Drake, I got my new headphones on. Be off in a second. Okay. Or I want to take my headphones off. How do I turn these off? I think I can just put them in the thing. Yeah, I want to introduce you guys to Jared Elkins here is with me right now. I think we can go ahead and put these in the. This will turn them off. I'm just getting used to these guys, so just give me 1 second. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. 1 second. Okay. So, thank you. Can you guys hear me okay? Say yes or no. Can you say yes or no? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Is that yes? You can hear me? Wonderful. So I just want to introduce you guys to Jared Elkins here.
Howdy.
Jared.
Who are we talking to?
This is just a little Facebook Live saying hello from New York.
Hello from New York.
And Jared, how was last night?
You don't want to know. Last night was chaotic at best, but everything worked out. All is well. We've got a little over 10 guests on property, with another 25 coming in from all over the world. Tomorrow we are unveiling what Ryan and I have been working on for the last 6.5 months. Yep. For those of you who don't know, we are launching the first hedge fund on the blockchain. We're 12 sectors wide. We already have begun acquiring assets. We have gold property under contract, scheduling to close in the next 30 to 60 days. We've acquired several companies in our fund as well. We are off to the races. Filings are all in place. We're wrapping up the final pieces of our paperwork, and the fundraising begins. So those of you who are accredited investors, this is to you. Reach out to Ryan, get on his calendar in the next 5 to 10 days. If you don't know if you're accredited or not, contact your CPA, look up Rule 501 under the Securities Exchange Act, and look up what it is to be an accredited investor. We can only play with those people, but fear not. There is a public token coming, and that's all I can say about it. That's all I can say about that. It's coming. We haven't forgotten the masses. The idea is to bring real money back to Main Street Earth.
Well, it's interesting, Jared and I. It's good to let you talk instead of me talking, because I like to really run my mouth.
Yeah,
a little too much. So
pull him off the ceiling. It's like a 3 o'clock event. Ryan's on the ceiling again. He's like, get him down.
So it is. Call me our attorneys and tell me to hush, and that's why I thought I'd let you talk before breakfast this morning about things. This is awesome to just be down here in Times Square. Right next to Wall Street, right next to us. So we pass on Wall Street today.
Right on Broadway.
And here we are. So we're really basically bringing Wall Street to crypto. Or how do you define that? Basically?
A lot of things you have to remember. Okay, the important thing to remember is that for the last 3 years, we've seen Bitcoin up and up and up and up and up and up, all the way up to 20,000. And the CME and the CBOE created a Bitcoin futures market and got that pushed through the CFTC. When they did that, it threw a wet blanket on the price volatility of Bitcoin. You're not going to see, unless something changes on the security side, you're not going to see a $20,000 Bitcoin again.
No.
It's not going to happen.
Completely agree with you.
It's not going to happen because Bitcoin has a total market capitalization of 136 billion. The smallest of the small banks could manipulate that price in an hour.
Let's see if we put this way so we can keep talking, Jared, with this, and we'll have a good. All right, so let me see here. Put that right there.
Got it.
Now I'm gonna circle back around here so we can both be here on this little video here, guys. I'm gonna give you guys a few more minutes of just kind of talking about this.
So,
sorry,
Ryan, you're falling down. You're falling down. Okay.
There you go.
So basically, what we're looking at is with a $136 billion market cap, any small bank can go and they can manipulate the price of Bitcoin. That's what was happening. To give you perspective, the banks that were doing it were banks like Chase, Bank of America. You guys all remember Jamie Dimon's world tour. Bitcoin is a scam, and it falls down, and he buys it, and then it jumps back up again, and everything else. We all saw it.
And that was Chase.
That was Chase, right? So you're looking at all of this, and it begs the question: when does it end? Well, It ends when it changes, because unless the dynamics change, it's not going to change. So what we're doing is we're bringing real value. The way our hedge fund is structured, our token holders are taking a senior position to our shareholders in our fund. So when the fund liquidates and gets out of a position, whether it's a capital gains event or it's a forced liquidation, receivership, or if anything happens, the hard assets, the hedges, the gold bullion, silver bullion, the platinum bullion, the barite, the copper, the silica, the gas leases, the water leases, all of those things that we're involved in, the rights to those go to the token holders to make them whole first. Our global projects are all bonded. The entirety of the principal is bonded for 6 years on every international play we do. So our investment capital is actually insured. It's not at risk. Now we're going to pay for the accrediteds. What we're doing is we're going to pay interest in token on token holdings. So your token wallet, instead of storing your money in the bank, we're going to pay you U.S. cost of living +2 to store your money in Alitheia. With me so far?
That's huge.
4% APY paid monthly, so it's a compounding interest. On top of that, you get a variable rate of return in dividends at the general fund level. All tokens are going to have this. Okay? So that variable rate of return is going to be anywhere from 1.8% up to 13%. Okay, depending on project performance, level of involvement, and everything else on your money. Now, for those of you who haven't looked up the Waddle Wallet yet, Alex Gorbinko is my personal guest here on this trip. He's actually going to be joining us on our panel tomorrow, High Finance on the Blockchain, from the Union League, not the United Nations. The Union
we have
League,
United Nations people there. United Nations
people will be present, but the Union League is the venue. We will be streaming this. You'll be able to, if everything goes according to plan today, you'll be able to pick it up on Ryan's channel. You'll be able to pick it up on the Alitheia page.
David Harris Jr.
You'll be able to pick it up with David Harris Jr. Eric Zuli and his television contacts and networks are going to be streaming it out that way as well. This is a worldwide event. What we're doing here, we are unveiling to the world real money.
You know what's funny, Jared, is we have 5 people total live watching this. I'm sure we'll have thousands, but it's so funny that right now there's 5 of you guys that are watching this right now. And this is bigger. I see this bigger than what the Winklevoss twins are working on.
Oh my God, absolutely. Well, the Gemini.
What you're seeing right now. We are
Gemini.
Well, let's just talk about that for a second, because you got the Winklevoss twins up there. They're in the news and stuff like that. We're just here on, I think, with 5 people live right now, and what this goes out to. But you're watching the birth right now. Why is it so much bigger than what the Winklevoss twins? Well, shout out to the Winklevoss twins, though.
Boys, just get back in the boat. Keep rowing. Business just isn't your bag. You'd have thought Zuckerberg would have taught you that, but I understand. You want to play. It's all good. The Gemini.
Are they invited to play with us, though? They want to play.
Well, I actually, if I'm not mistaken, Ransel has reached out to the Winklevoss twins. Okay. If I'm not mistaken.
Sorry, go ahead.
So basically, what we're looking to do is a little different than the Gemini. The Gemini is essentially a demand note for dollar, which is really no different than what Coinbase is doing. So essentially what they've done is they've tokenized Coinbase. Instead of it being third-party wallets, that's my understanding.
I'm not a fan of Coinbase either. Honestly, they stole a lot of money from me. Coinbase. We can make that right, though.
My money's in there. You just pipe down. My money's still there.
All right, fine.
So, so basically what we're looking to do, what they're doing is it's tied to the U.S. dollar, which we know is not backed by anything but the full payment of the U.S. government, which is basically backed by this great big military that says, if we don't really feel like paying you, we're not going to pay you. So what confidence can you really have in that? What we're looking to do, how many of y'all have heard of the petrodollar? Show of likes. Pop that like if you know the petrodollar. You know the petrodollar? You know how that works? Likes, anyone?
We don't have many people in here, but
Bueller.
I know my people know what what's going on with those.
Okay, so basically, what we're doing with our benchmark, we're playing in water. Okay, we're working in creating the water Alitheia as a global benchmark. And we're in talks with India. We're in talks with India to bring water desalination to coastal India. They've been under drought for the last 7 years. We're negotiating.
That's unacceptable.
That absolutely is. A child dies every 22 seconds of dehydration.
Hershey. What about
Nestle?
Nestle?
Just Nestle is the devil. Stop eating Nestle.
Yeah, stop eating Nestle. Guys.
No more Nestle.
What chocolate are we endorsing?
Well,
which chocolate company is going to come
Godiva.
into the Alitheia?
Godiva.
Get with us to come
Godiva.
on the Alitheia project.
We're going to get Godiva. Godiva is now official. You heard it here.
Can we do that?
I'm talking to Teo.
So
I'm talking to Teo about chocolate. We are actually investing in chocolate. By current projections, the world will not be able to sustain the chocolate demand by 2021. So for you chocoholics out there,
that's me. I'm one of them.
For you chocoholics out there, stock up. I'm telling you're gonna be. In the Philippines right now. I don't know if you guys know. How many of y'all do work in the Philippines? How many of you guys know somebody in the Philippines done work in the Philippines? Philippine call centers. You really want to get the best out of your Filipino call center? Send a case of Hershey's bars, because in the Philippines they're about $8 a bar, and they work for about $8 a day. So nobody's going to spend a day's wages on a chocolate bar. But if you send a case of, your sales will go through the roof. Heard it here first.
He's got such a great mind to
Heard
create this project.
Heard it here first.
It's really cool to talk about the different sectors of this. How we can say, okay, we want oranges on the blockchain. Okay,
that's already underway.
Right, so within our hunt, we want water on the blockchain with this, and the stuff that the company that made the stuff that I put into this. The opportunity for us to bring any company. Correct me if I'm right or wrong here.
Well, we've got private equity in our fund. We've got mergers and acquisitions, so we're uniting smaller companies into bigger companies. We've got media acquisitions and management. We've got internet technology. We've got data rights and management. We've got agriculture, clean water, precious metals, energy. We're staying out of manufacturing. I honestly believe robotics is going to be the play there. So,
so we could get robotics.
Yeah, no, I'm already talking to two.
Okay, there we go.
So basically, what we're looking to do is take all of the commodities, which are real, right?
Yes, we're reinventing Wall Street in a sense.
Well, money, not really Wall Street, but we're rewriting money.
So Alitheia means truth.
Yep.
So would you say that this is the world's first true money, actually? Then
not the first. The last time we saw true money were cuneiform tablets around 5000 BC.
Okay, I don't remember that day.
Well, you've slept since then. Maybe even had a beer or two.
It was like in the Matrix, kind of popping out somewhere on it.
So basically, what we're doing is, because the token holders and their money has a demand right to the total asset value, and the value of the token is based on what third-party auditors are assessing for fair market value of the asset portfolio. I'm in talks with one of the most reputable. I'm not going to name them. I promise, Ted. That's for you.
Our attorney.
One of our
Ted.
Ted. I'm not. I promise. I won't name him until it's done. I promise. And neither will you.
I know.
Right. So basically, what we're going to be doing is having a third-party audit of the entire asset pool for fair market valuation, and then divide that. It's a very simple calculus, right? We could take the total market value of the portfolio and the demand rights associated therein, and that creates a primary liquidation value. Then we have a secondary liquidation value, and then we have a tertiary liquidation value. The mean of those three is what we take for the valuation of the coin. That valuation of the coin is then divided by the total number of coins that are outstanding in third-party wallets.
Right.
Now that calculus gives us a true value, and that's a floating number. And we know the X factor between the first of each month. There's going to be volatility and speculation. People think it's going to go up. People think it's going to go down. But the reality of it is, the real value is always at a 1-to-1 ratio, because as we bring projects and assets in, we mint coin at 1-to-1 to equal the treasury value.
It says in circulation, Gary Worden says.
No, not in circulation, minted. Minted, all collective wallets, including the Alitheia treasury. So we're taking the most conservative coin valuation for our base price at the beginning of each month. That base price is what's going to give us what we're looking for to make sure that to ensure speculative bubbles, right? How many people know somebody who took out a second mortgage on their house and bought Bitcoin at 18,500?
Gosh, ouch, ouch.
It happened.
They can make up for that with something better, though.
So, exactly, and at 4% APY with a compounding, think about this. What would 4% APY compounding do to the debt crisis in the United States and globally? If people could earn 4%, is that you or me?
We're fine.
All right. What time?
Danny's in the lobby.
All right.
It's in 08 or something like that.
Hang on 1 second.
So you guys, I just want to show you where we're at right here. It's very interesting. We're having these talks right now. We got Morgan Stanley just right here in this building, basically right here.
Tomorrow.
It's with Morgan Stanley?
Yeah, I've got an appointment across the street on Tuesday.
Okay, there we go. So Jared's going to be here for a few days, guys, while David Harris Jr. and his wife and Ashley and I are going to go downtown on a good tour here while the rest of our crew is actually getting things all set up for the event today.
Is he working this event?
Yes, he is.
Then he needs to be. We're setting up and he's not playing.
Okay. Well, we will get things down. You tell. All right, so you guys think about this real quick here. I know there's a lot of cryptocurrencies out there and stuff, and I'm honestly tired of seeing everyone going around and saying jump from this coin to this coin to this coin. I'm tired of people just talking about just making money and stuff like this, make money and mining, blah 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 blah. The point is there's complete abundance in the world. We just had to go ahead and design the system where the money would actually flow free. And so that's what Jared and I and our team have been working on, is actually creating a better system, guys. Creating a system that has the chance that this is a calling from God for us to do this 100%. And I tell you, we've gone through some stuff to make this.
That doesn't begin, Ryan.
I know.
That really doesn't begin.
So there's no hype with this at all. What are we talking about, though, before you get off there?
Well, we were talking about valuations. We took a conservative base valuation to prevent speculative bubbles and keeping all of this in check, right? So we know the X factor is going to create speculation on a month-to-month, but there's a monthly report that's going to be coming out from a third-party audit for the total value of the fund. Now that could go up, that could go down. And the way we're minting tokens and the way we're acquiring assets and how we're putting all of this together, I actually expect the base valuation to be a continuous uptick because we're minting at a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-less-than-1 ratio on a project-by-project basis. So we're literally at the onset of acquisition, we're combating the inflationary effect of minting tokens. On top of the fact that the Treasury itself, in exit positions, when it has a written programmatic rule to take 20% of capital gains and buy tokens back, filling sell orders on the secondary exchanges. So we're actually pulling tokens off the street and burning them as we bring them back in, which is something nobody else is doing in the game.
And this is on the Ethereum blockchain.
Yeah, this is built on the Ethereum blockchain.
Shout out to Vitalik. We want you.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk to you, Vitalik. I have something very special set up for you.
What does this exactly do for the Ethereum ecosystem?
Well, basically, you have to understand that all tokens that run on the Ethereum blockchain, they mean gas, right? You got to buy Ether. So for this to continue to run, and the bigger this gets, and the more people are trading hands with these tokens, there's Ether that exchanges hands. So people have to buy into Ethereum.
So
It's the onset.
So Ethereum right now.
Well, you've already started to see Ethereum going up because we started buying our gas.
Right.
I mean, we put our press release out. 84 million people saw our press release last week.
There you go.
We were running about 10,000 simultaneous connections to the website looking for information. We had 985 press phone calls. We've had, I think, 315 brokerage houses want to represent this coin.
What are some of these hedge fund managers that we've spoken to? What is their impression? These hedge fund managers have been in business for a long time.
They're terrified.
What have they said? The kind of exact words?
You are going to forever change the way hedge funds work.
There you go. So if you guys know some hedge fund managers out there, it'd be smart for them maybe to connect them with our crew.
Well, if they're willing to convert their fund to the blockchain, but the problem they run into is the level of transparency we give. We're using IPFS to take and upload all of the contracts of everything we do. All the meeting minutes are going up to IPFS. All the contracts are going up. The entire process, once a deal is done, now obviously we don't leak it early to affect the price of the coin, to affect the price. That's the SEC would not be happy with that. We don't. But after the project is done, we take that entire presentation and package it all up, send it up to IPFS. It's recorded on the Alitheia blockchain. The index therein is recorded in the master data contract, which is basically the contract of hashes that you can cross-reference into IPFS. We also have an AWS database service that's basically maintaining all of the indices of all the banking information that goes into all of this, because we have the fiat component on the other side where we're actually dealing in real dollars and euros, and that's handled by AWS, and those indexes for those reports are also in the master data contract. So everything, every penny, every dollar, every euro, every pound sterling, every deal done is fully documented, completely transparent, permanently recorded to the blockchain, permanently recorded in IPFS, and the entire idea here is to provide unbridled access
Is this tied
to
to the
these
DAO?
deals. The DAO.
I never really understood the DAO, honestly. So,
A DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. There was the DAO coin that they found a vulnerability in the software and basically introduced. Essentially, they introduced a worm that it basically defunded itself over time into one wallet. Yeah. Oops. But a DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. Our hedge fund is a DAO. All the risk is pre-programmed. All the event triggers are pre-programmed. And they never change. Once we turn this on, once we get this back from the auditors and the third-party verifications and all of that's done, and we turn the blockchain itself on, once that's done, it will never stop.
Game over.
It's an evergreen fund. It has a programmatic rule for a 25 cent on the dollar reinvestment at the general fund level, at the sector level, and at the project level. So money is constantly coming, capital gains are constantly being converted back to Alitheia and distributed. Does that make sense? So
I know it's a lot of information, y'all.
This is a lot. Now, this was done last night, and I wish you joined us for dinner.
Ashley's dinner, birthday dinner, but
yeah,
it's all good.
So for those of you who haven't looked up the Waddle Wallet, you need to look up Waddle Wallet.
How do you spell that?
WATTEL-WALLET.com. Alexander Grabinko is my personal guest. I met him at the Block Show in Vegas, and he and I hung out, and we have structured a deal. We're going to be acquiring 40%, if all goes well with his partner today. We'll be acquiring 40% of the Waddle Wallet. The Waddle Wallet is making Alitheia coin the official coin of his wallet, and with that, he's bringing several exchanges out of the gate. We're already with this partnership. We're already on exchanges. 1, 2.
When do we hit the exchanges?
We don't know.
Okay.
That's a TED question.
All right.
That's
Number
a TED
2.
question. Number 2. His wallet is a cold storage wallet that has a biometric conversion function that converts your cold storage wallet via encrypted. I think it's VPN. I think it's encrypted VPN access back to the exchanges, so you can convert your cold stored crypto, trade with it, and then convert it back. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're acquiring his company with Alitheia token. When we get to that point, 5 million of that token is being given the wallet will come preloaded with Alitheia, with enough Alitheia to make the wallet free. So anyone who wants the Waddle Wallet, it will be free.
Jesus, keeps getting better and better.
Now, every year we're going to mint 5 million tokens for under market operations, which is we're able to do. and those will be loaded onto the new wallet for new purchases only. But every year, at the end of the year, New Year's Eve, at the Alitheia New Year's Eve party, which will be streamed live, it will be will be at events everywhere. I think we're gonna kick this. I think we're gonna kick it off in Orlando. I want it in Orlando. That's my backyard. I want it in Orlando. Excuse me. And at that event, we're going to be doing a raffle, and we're going to be pulling wallet IDs, and we're going to be giving away $100,000 in 100 increments to wallet owners. We're going to be giving away $250,000 in $1,000 increments. We're going to be giving away two $50,000 winners, five 50s, two 100s, and one person will win $1 million in Alitheia token on New Year's Eve every night at the Alitheia party.
It's awesome. I'm looking forward to that. We got so much great things coming ahead. You know, we sponsored Anarchapulco this year.
Well, FutureNet did. We're still. I'm still.
Do you want to have that or no?
I'm still. We haven't had a chance to look it over yet. I have not made that decision yet.
Okay. So
Anarchy, Wall Street. Just not really sure about this one, Ryan.
It's a pretty gentle event. I really see the Alitheia project could kind of shift. When people know the truth here, that it really shifts the whole thing of cryptocurrency. I really believe that the government needs taxes from the cryptocurrency thing. You know, people.
Absolutely.
It takes money to run this.
This crazy thing called Earth. I know, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So we've got that. We've got. What else can I tell you? There's more.
Well,
I'm swimming. We are donating 30 portable desalination units that were designed for NASA to the 30 governors of Kenya.
Good morning, Robert. There's Robert here. He's the one that did it. I just want to say shout out to Robert. Robert Hicks runs Diamond and Silk show. He did a wonderful job putting on our last show. He's actually going to be interviewing you and also Ron Paul.
Is he here?
No, he's not. He's over. Robert, where are you from, brother? Robert does an amazing job. He did the one with David Harris Jr. and I just the other day. We had 726 Facebook shares on FutureNet. That was in 48 hours, which made us had more shares than any company video in FutureNet's history, is what Robert Hicks put together right there. So he's in Washington D.C. Hey, Robert, come on down.
Definitely. You're only in D.C.
Get your butt down here.
Get here tonight.
Call David Harris. He's in the gym. I'll be working out in the back.
I'll get you put up at the Crown. Get here. All right, get on a plane right now.
Get down here.
Disconnect. Get on a plane. Get here.
That's one of our film crew calling in right now.
DC, I'm on a live.
Robert, if you can come down here, it'd be much appreciated. I'll be with David working out in a few minutes here. But go ahead, he's amazing. So,
Robert, get my info from Ryan. Ryan, get him my V card.
Most definitely. And what do you think about? It's amazing. You only had Ron Paul join FutureNet this last week.
I want to talk to you about that. Hold on. Did Ron Paul join, or was he gifted?
No, he joined. Well, he was gifted with. I bought him his position with Joby.
Okay. Does he know?
What's that?
Does he know he was gifted?
Yes.
Awesome.
I
love it.
I gifted him the position underneath Joby Weeks' wife because they're having a baby, and Ron Paul may be helping deliver Joby's baby.
Is he the doctor?
Yes, Dr. Ron Paul.
They're both doctors, I know, but I didn't know he was treating.
Never mind. He can deliver a baby.
Never mind. We're good.
This is amazing to watch with the freedom of speech thing going on. FutureNet.
And Ron Paul, with his libertarian views, needs to really get the skinny. I've been working off and on with DC, getting use case legislation passed. If you use crypto this way, it's money. If you use it this way, it's a speculative asset. If you use it this way, it's a long-term asset. You know, and basically amending the Securities Act to include it. And I think Ron Paul would be able to open a lot of doors. So
hands down. I would love to get Robert Hicks on this somehow. If there's a way to Robert Hicks, let me see if I can bring them on the camera here. I've never done this before, so give it a shot and see if we can bring Robert Hicks on here. It's just adding when I try. Please, hey Robert, if you can go ahead and accept this invite, I'd love to introduce you guys to Robert Hicks. Donald Trump actually just said some really good things about Diamond. And, oh, there he is. There's the man. Look at this. This is cool. I've never
There he is. There he is. There he is.
What's up, Robert?
Hey.
All right. All right. All right. Very good.
How's the conference going?
All right, Robert. You need to get on a plane today.
You guys are in New York.
I'll put you up. I'll put you up for 2 days here at the Crown. Get on a plane. Come on over. We need to talk, like tonight, before the event. We need to talk.
Well, if you want me to
get on a plane, get on it. I mean, you can take a train.
Make sure we have the speaker on. Yeah, for sure. He can get down there very easily.
Get here. Seriously,
All right,
we'll talk offline.
Hey, Robert, why don't you go ahead and give your background also while you're on here? And I really appreciate the video that you did, and everything that you're doing, Diamond and Silk. But give us an update on like how you met Diamond and Silk and what you've been doing. Now you work with David Harris Jr. and talk about the video that we did the other day that's going viral. What you produce. Now we're going to do a recap with Ron Paul, on board with Testify. Go ahead and give your background. You get the mic.
Sure. Well, I mean, my background has been in commercial video conferencing for 15, 20 years. And when YouTube introduced their live concept about 4 years ago, I was like, wow, this is the next generation of the way people will communicate with each other. And so I just kind of learned DIY style how to be a video producer, and started figuring out ways to make shows look more television-like and be able to bring in guests and do talk shows and things like that. And so I guess 4 years later, I'm now doing politics and business programs for people. But I think the timing is great because in all this excitement and amazingness of what technology can do, we're in an environment where these platforms are sabotaging us and shutting us up. And it's like it's counterintuitive. It's like we have this massive amount of amazingness, and we've got just a couple of platforms that effectively rule the communication of the world. Who can talk to each other and who's banned from existing digitally. So FutureNet's timing and coming to it is essential because, particularly with what was going on last week with Google and trying to explain that there's going to be a bifurcation with Google and that there's going to be two internets.
Sorry about that.
No worries. I said, the timing was interesting because last week Google was talking about that the future is going to be two internets. Of course, they're both owned by Google. There's going to be the Chinese internet, that's going to be fully censored, and then there's going to be the non-Chinese version of Google, which is going to be free, right? Wink, wink.
Well, Jared has something to say real quick. Go ahead, Jared.
The entire internet is about to be rebooted. Blockchain, what you see now, IPFS, blockchain, and AWS's commitment, the commitment Amazon has made to blockchain, what you all know as the internet today is going to cease to exist in probably the next 3 years. The power of a centralized net, which everybody thought was decentralized, but there's 13 DNS servers that run the entirety of the internet. IPFS gives us the ability to decentralize the entire internet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, you take Merkle tree technology. I'm going to go really super geek, right? You take the Merkle tree dynamic of that third component of state, or Patricia tree, the expansion from the Merkle into the Patricia tree, right? You take that and you basically use that as your index. You're now in a position where you can reference anything out there. The way IPFS is structured, decentralized file storage. In plain English, that's decentralized internet.
Mm-hmm.
The internet is nothing but a great big file server, right? And they're all interconnected, hence the name internet, internetwork. Decentralized via IPFS and a commitment from AWS, and I'm working actually on a contract right now with Amazon, Microsoft, and Cisco to support the decentralized architecture and using the Waddle wallets we're going to be distributing. We're building a browser inside the Waddle wallet that is a blockchain explorer. And we're giving these away for free by way of the Alitheia subsidy.
Mm-hmm.
With the decentralized component, encrypted peer-to-peer, you see how all of this, I call this the asynchronous renaissance toward transparency, right? All of these technologies are all driving toward transparency and decentralization and permanence and immutability and record keeping and all of that. Everything that is the blockchain, you know, everybody's focused on the next coin, crypto,
Right.
crypto, right? That's not what's important. What's important is the underlying technology and what that actually means to the human condition. What we're doing is we're providing a vehicle that is basically cost sharing. It's like crowdfunding backwards for the internet. So for the cost of 4 AA batteries, for however long 4 AA batteries run, I'll have some food. Thank you. So
Chicken.
Oh, you had me at bacon.
So basically, what we're doing is with the Waddle wallet and all of that. What we're doing is we're providing a portal, a handheld portal that will allow people to pick up and send an address to their mobile device for anything that's on YouTube or anything that's on the web that sits here today. But the driver of your browsing and your information gathering is going to be stored in IPFS and is going to be database cataloged and correlated through AWS and their decentralized solution they're going to be launching in 2019, powered by Cisco, and the bridge between the two is complete. So the decentralized permanent solution is within 6 months. And Alitheia is invested in 6 of the companies, 6 of the underlying technologies that drive it. 3 of those are wholly owned subsidiaries.
Wow, it's impressive stuff.
So
I think the only thing I would suggest, you know, and I've been involved with crypto for about 4 years. But I think the interesting thing I've observed is that most people get so enthusiastic about crypto and decentralization that they rapidly learn as much as they possibly can, and then they start speaking a language that the everyday person can no longer understand. And you know, and so, you know, my advice in creating content to explain what FutureNet is and its value proposition, you've got to keep it. You've got to have creators and people that can explain it in real
plain
simple
English.
terms. Like, you know, and I talked to Ryan about this last week. Is you know, if when we did a campaign to this is a couple years back, that was called Music Coin. That was a similar concept to designed to reward independent music artists. What we did is we explained to them, we got a Shift Visa card, and so we got a Shift Visa card, and we did a video where we just showed that, you know, we got $10. We went to the ATM machine, we pulled out $10. So we made it so that the concept was, this is, you know, you don't have to understand Bitcoin, and you don't, because 99% of people don't even understand cash. And,
well, exactly. I was going to say, most people don't even understand the dollar, let alone Bitcoin.
Yeah, and a majority of people don't even know that the Federal Reserve is a private cartel. It's like, so you're going to tell me that you need to understand cash in order.
It's not a cartel; it's a terrorist organization.
Well,
come on now.
But the point is that people will say, oh, well, I don't know anything about Bitcoin. It's like, well, but if you really think about it, what do you know about the U.S. dollar? It's you know, what the things you need to understand are how it's a utility for you, how you can use it to exchange value, you know. And the brilliance of cryptocurrency is the speed and frictionlessness of it, meaning that, you know, that if I want to do business internationally and I want to be able to write a contract or exchange value, how fast it is, and it's a public ledger. So that's brilliant. And I know you guys are doing a lot of work in third world countries, but I mean, you guys are in many ways providing services to people that may be 1,000 miles away from a bank.
Right.
You know, it's like the greatest thing about cryptocurrency is the ability to get buy-in and participation from anyone and everyone. And cash and
I mean, you're
and
talking about.
paper
I mean,
can't do
I
that.
hope.
We're not having internet across the world right now.
I hope you're talking about microtransactions, because I mean the velocity of transactions. It's not there. It's not there yet. But I am in talks to acquire a technology that will allow for 400,000 blockchain rights on in the Ethereum ecosystem. 400,000 rights per second.
Hmm.
And I immediately see a play at the NASDAQ. I immediately see a play at the New York Stock. And I mean, taking all of Wall Street and putting it, I mean, because that's their biggest hang-up, right? The frequent, especially when you start thinking about the HFQTs, right? But basically, the velocity of transactions for things that don't need immediate answers, like a credit card swipe,
Yep.
Blockchain's probably 3 years out. But for microtransactions, you can't go buy a pack of chiclets with a credit card.
Well, of course.
Because they're like 10.
No, but
Because they're.
but you can. I mean,
Well,
if you.
Oh, come on! Surely you've been to a convenience store where you've seen that little card that's handwritten that says minimum purchase $5.
Oh well, okay, yeah. Well, but
Right.
Yeah, but like 7-Elevens don't even have that anymore.
But what I'm saying is the cryptocurrency world. Could you imagine how many people would donate if they could go to a subscription to donate 50 cents a month?
Right. Good
To a
point.
cause.
Yeah, that's a great point.
You know, but there's no credit card processor that can do that. I mean, even at a penny a month, you can still do it.
Mm-hmm.
So if everybody in America contributed 1 penny per month to PTSD, right? That's $30 million a month for PTSD research.
I do it way more than that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 million. 3.3 million. But at 3.3 million given directly to an organization, not to like Red Cross where they keep 80 cents on the dollar, right? But given directly to a research grant, right?
Right.
3 million a month. What could a PTSD doctor? I only knew a doctor who was researching PTSD.
Well, it's funny. He's actually the
Oh,
top
wait,
research
no.
doctor in the world's going to be with us
Today.
today.
He's going to be here with us.
But see, but those are the things that you need to. What you're saying right now are the stories that need to be shared and visualized.
Well, that's what
I mean, here's the cool thing:
my tour starts tomorrow, Robert.
Well, in the example that you just said, you know, you add visual stories to that. You know, where you can go to Africa and get them to cam up and show the work that's being done. That's when it becomes real to people, where they can see the good that's being done. That's when things.
I leave for Africa the 3rd week in October.
So do I.
He's going to a different location.
South Africa.
He's going to South Africa. I'm going to Kenya, Rwanda, Kigali, Tanzania. Yeah, that's this trip. I'm also going to India. I'm also going to Saudi. I'm also going to Bahrain. We're going to the Philippines. We're going to Southern California, which personally I think is.
Well, California's
California
California's a good state to go to
California's
because
the
it's
world
the poorest
unto
one in the
itself.
union.
Yeah, California is a world unto itself.
Yeah, that's a third world country.
But Joe Rogan said.
Oh my God! I saw you guys were getting Joe Rogan. That's freaking epic. Is that true?
Yeah, we got our team at FutureNet with Joe Rogan for 48 hours this week. We're going to put him strategically underneath Ron Paul.
That
We're actually bringing Ron Paul and Joe Rogan on your show, brother. That's going to be a hot one right there, bro.
So but Joe Rogan pointed something. One of the crown jewel of our fund is our water efforts, our water initiative. That's the crown jewel. A child dies every 22 seconds of dehydration.
Not acceptable. Not acceptable.
22 seconds. Wait for it. Another one just died. Okay? Not acceptable. Joe Rogan said one of the most poignant statements I think I've heard on the subject. We live on a planet that is covered by 75% water.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a water problem. We have a salt problem. We solved the salt problem we effectively end dehydration on a planetary level.
Right.
That's why we invest in desalination. We invest in all these topics. We back Water for the World. If you're looking for something to donate to, Water for the World. Danny Thomas is
here with us
too, and he's brought in his team from all over the world.
Water of the World, yes.
And they're going to be streaming their panel, the Worldwide Water Crisis, tomorrow at the Union. Goodness gracious.
That's phenomenal. And we're putting the water rights on the blockchain as a commodity within Alitheia Holdings. Go ahead.
I'm in talks right now with a company that has acquired the water rights to one of the deepest and fastest moving deep water springs in New Zealand. I think I've read a lot of numbers in the last 3 weeks. I think it's 1 billion gallons of fresh water are flowing freely into the South Pacific annually, with nothing capturing any of it in South New Wales. And we're in talks with a company that owns those rights to add those to the portfolio. Hopefully, we're going to wrap that up by mid-October. So we're firmly committed. We are firmly committed.
And the water bottling also.
The water initiative.
That's
part of our solution and what we're putting in is water desalination. We also have the ability to take concrete and acid water and convert that back to clean drinkable water. So construction areas, water reclamation in drought-stricken regions that are building. We have that technology, that's solar powered. And on the desalination plants, we're in talks for a bolt-on. For those of you who know Joby got a plant-based a sugar bottle that's biodegradable.
In a year, right?
It breaks down a year. I thought it was 90 days.
It breaks down like that,
right?
This takes how long to do?
10,000 years, or if not longer.
Yeah,
and so what we're doing is we're bolting on his company and his facilities to our desalination to bottle the water to ship from the coastal regions inland into the interior. So we're firmly committed in providing water solutions to emerging nations, drought-stricken regions, third world countries. I personally believe the next major war is going to be fought over water. It's not going to be oil. It's going to be water.
Well, we'll put it into that first.
And I am firmly committed to Joe Rogan's challenge for the salt problem. I'm firmly committed, and we're going to solve this. We're going to solve this.
Yes, amen to that. Amen to that. Let's make all these great things happen this year.
Yep.
In the next 360 days, if not 180.
Guys, we're gonna have to wrap this up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be. I need to. He and I've got some stuff we've got to get done. In the next 4, we're down to 4 minutes. In the next 4 minutes. So
come down if you can.
No. There's not if you can. I need you here. I need you to elevate.
We'll talk.
Call, 15 minutes. We're gonna call you.
All
15 minutes. All right, so we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in about the Alitheia project and stuff like this. It's very important that you bring awareness to this. Please share it with everyone that trades cryptocurrency so they know what is happening right now. As John McAfee, his team contacted us just
again.
I know, but here's the deal: we don't need anyone special whatsoever. This is about saving humanity with a coin and not any big name out there. Yes, we want Vitalik with us because this is Ethereum.
This is bigger. This is bigger than us.
Yes.
I say this all the time. This is God-linked nation. This is bigger than us. We are operating in His plan. This is on His time. He has brought all the right people to me, and then Ryan and I hooked up.
Guys.
God, the story. Another time.
Yes,
the story
of
Ryan and I getting together and launching all of this. We'll do that one. We'll do that one before the week's out.
The Winklevoss brothers were cool, but brother, you're pretty cool.
No. You are cool. You're
cool.
No.
So
guys,
cool.
y'all watch Ryan's wall. Y'all watch it, and we're gonna get rolling. All right.
All right, guys. Take care. Bye bye.
Have a good one.